So we're in Clovis, California, getting ready to take a look at a water leak up in the ceiling here in the garage. And hopefully we'll be able to see it here in just a second. Nothing yet. I don't want to put my camera up in there yet because we believe it's this line that's leaking. There it is. So, you can see that guy right there. Hold on. Right there. So right by this strap, and then it's just squirting right there. So anyways, that's what we got. And we're going to shut that water back down and drain it down so we don't have water spraying everywhere in the attic. We're in Clovis, California. We just finished repairing a 1-inch hot water main up in the attic. We had water was coming out at the bottom of the wall, so first thing we did was come out. It looked like it was behind the cabinet that was down here. You can see there's the hot and the cold water. But to do that, we needed to take the cabinet out and open the wall up, see what was going on. And once we got there, of course, nothing's going on with the plumbing for the cabinet. So we came up top, saw some water up in the ceiling as well. And so we cut it back here and found the 1-inch hot water main. So most of this is pretty dry. I mean, I can't tell you beyond this, the other side, what's going on. It seems like there's, from the laundry room side, there's a big angled piece of drywall there. But I don't know what it is. All I know is I can see some waste lines. That's the 3-inch sewer line here, 2-inch sewer line, 1.5-inch vent. But we did find all the water lines are up in here. Also the cold bundled together, the hot's bundled together. Up on top, though, you've got this 1-inch line. Of course, this is the existing. This is a Vanguard. And what did I say it was called? Ultrapex. So this is a Vanguard product. It's called Ultrapex. And we've got a video of it and a picture of it. It had just popped a hole right here in the top. And so it was zip tied to this line before, this sewer line, just sitting on top, but the hole was on top. So I believe it was just defective. There's no reason why it would have, you can see where it's at. It wasn't touching anything, rubbing against anything. It was just spraying out the top. And so we've taken the pipe out and marked it. We'll give that to the homeowner. We've replaced it with, this is Uponor tubing type A PEX and shark bite coupling on this end. Shark bite coupling on this end. And then we just give you a piece of insulation right here. It's about a 1/2 inch thick to keep it off the pipe. We don't like to see pipe touching pipe. Even when it's close together, we like to see some insulation between the two. So, and then we took some electrical tape and just taped it to the pipe so it doesn't move around up here. And water's back on right now. And so now you just need drywall and tape texture paint and all that. I'd leave this open a little bit and let it air out before you do. And anyways, outside of that, this installation is done. Okay, so Stone Clovis, one last portion of the video down here below. This is where the water was all coming out at the floor level. And, you know, the only thing we could think of was in the wall, potentially, something was happening with these PEX lines. Or something had happened where it ties in right here. We just didn't know. And so that is where we began. So this is all capped off right now. The water is off. They have an isolation box over here. So these waters are off now. But we checked everything and there's no damage. There's nothing going on with any of this piping. And but you do have some moisture down here. You can see the bottom plate. That's just sawdust down there, by the way. Sawdust and some wood chippings, whatnot. But we don't see any like permanent damage. Like the sheetrock is a little wet, but we don't see any mold growth. We don't see any fuzz. So you probably want to leave this open a little bit. Maybe put a fan down here. Get it blowing on there. We saw a little bit of water up here on the drywall, but you can see now it's already dry. There was some on the wood. And what was happening up top is that line that was spraying, it was spraying and then just kind of following this PEX line down, because this goes through the top plate. This one right here, this blue line. So it was spraying up in the insulation, then it was getting on this line right here, and then it was rolling down and dripping on the bottom. So that's where the water was coming from. And of course, that's what led us to believe that you had something going on with the sink. Sink's fine. It's out now. Of course, it's sitting over in the garage. This is rough plumbing. You know, sewer line's going to go back in right here. And then, of course, water lines will get tied back in for right now. Though this is off over at the wall, and then of course the repair is complete. And anyways, outside of that, this repair is done.